Good morning and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. It's a beautiful day here in Cleveleys. It's bitterly cold, but look at that sky. I suppose you don't get sunshine and sky like that in February without it being very, very cold, but there's also a cold biting wind blowing as well. Perfect day for being a workman that's working on the Wyre Beach Management project. You see Mary's shell look in the background there. So we're going to go and take a look, and I'm going to give you the updates of what's happened, what's coming next, and which diggers to look out for. The work is on Jubilee Gardens here at the back of me, so we'll go and take a look. Brr, shiver my timbers, it is cold. Can you see the base of Mary's shell is visible again? The horizontal metal work that's shown underneath it. That's been covered for some time, and hopefully this work that's being done at the moment will lift the beach levels and stabilise it quite a lot, so that fluctuation in beach level stops moving about quite so much. I tell you something, that is cold but glorious. So this is Jubilee Gardens and the works compound for the foreseeable future. And you'll know if you're a local resident and you've been having to take the diversion, like I have. I've shared your pain. I've been doing exactly the same thing. You'll know that the road's been closed for a few weeks. The road's been closed for a few weeks, and it's now open again. So that's the end of the road works. That's the end of the road closures and the worst bit. Oh goodness me, there's a school trip just arrived. They're going to be shivering and dithering by the time they've finished. So you can drive along the promenade, you can use the road. Footpaths will be back in business very shortly. I've got a gate man here to stand banksman while I just show you into the access for Jubilee Gardens, because of course this is not public land and not for people to walk on. But I just wanted to show you the turning circle in Jubilee Gardens. Let's see if we can lift the camera up a little bit and show you down there. So there's a big circle that goes around like that, where the lorries will come in, and week commencing 20th of February the first big machine will be arriving, and that's an 80-ton excavator which is going to be used for unloading, brought in down here by lorry, and then it will be offloaded from the lorries, and the lorries will go around the circle and come back out, so that they're not peeping. There's still a little bit of concreting to do. You can see where the digger's parked. There's a gap in the road there. So this section here has just been laid. They're working backwards into the park, and there's just that little gap to fill in. So this concrete road is reinforced as far as you can. So that it's strong enough to protect all the services and all the mains and everything that run in this area, because heaven forbid one of them ruptures while you're running something over the top of it. And that's the compound. So I'm looking forward to the 2 and 6 guided tour of the cabins. So just at the moment this footpath is closed. If you are a bit wobbly on your legs or pushing a pram or a wheelchair or anything, you need to just go down the other side, because there's some filling in. Let me move out of the shade. There's some filling in work to just finish in this little corner, but this has all been relaid and reset. And you'll notice that there are some lines on the road as well, because there are going to be some traffic lights installed, which are only going to be on red at the time when a truck crosses. So they're not normal traffic lights. They're not going to be going red, orange and green every 5 minutes. They're just going to be manually operated when somebody wants to cross. So then the big event begins on the 27th, week commencing 27th of February, when the rock armour starts being delivered. So you might remember a few months ago, before Christmas, in fact it seems ages ago now, they've extended this ramp to the beach so that they've got clear, wide access to get the rock deliveries down onto the beach. So week commencing 27th of February, the rock starts to be delivered. So it'll be delivered into Jubilee Gardens, as I said, unloaded, and then brought down here on dumpers, Tonka trucks. If you've got any grandchildren that like trucks, this is where you need to be. You need to bring them down to Cleveleys seafront. You can have a coffee at the cafe or at the venue. You can have your lunch, and then you can truck spot and watch and see what they're doing. So this is all obviously going to be tidied up and put back where it goes. And then the shingle will be excavated from here, and the toe of the sea defence is somewhere around about here, and the rock is going over the top of the bottom of the sea defence to stabilise it, so that if we end up with any flood conditions, it's not eroded right down to the bottom and then undermined and collapses, because that would be tragic. That would be the end of the world. Oh, and the works on the beach. The works on the beach are starting week commencing 7th of March. So from that end down there, let's see if we can zoom in far enough. From that end down there, what's known locally as the tank traps, where the water outfall is, just above the head of that person with the red coat on. From down there, they're working at that end first and coming back this way, so that as the year gets sort of warmer and the beach gets busier, they're not trailing the diggers up and down through holidaymakers, sightseers and tourists and people that are truck spotting. So that's what's coming next. And while they're working, they'll come out each working day. So they're working Monday to Friday. They'll come out during working days and they'll fence a section off. So they'll put some Harris fencing or bollards or tapes or whatever up, and then they'll work a piece, and then when they're finished it'll all be covered up, and then they'll leave at tea time, and it will just revert back to being a normal beach. So your beach access is not going to be affected, other than in little bits, and there's plenty to go at. There's all this beautiful beach to enjoy, which will be a lot more stable for another day. So I hope you've enjoyed that little update. We'll keep you posted on a regular basis. Don't forget you can pop into the venue on a Thursday morning and talk to me between 9 and 12. I'm there each week, and you can come and ask any questions that you want to know. And if I don't know the answer there and then, I will find out for you. Make sure you've subscribed to Visit Fylde Coast, and we'll keep putting updates on every so often. And other than that, we'll see you soon. Bye for now.